Is it working? Please tell me it's working. I'm too fucking tired. It doesn't work, I'm just gonna end the stream. Let's take it no kana. Oh, I think it's on. Hello everybody, I wanted to die. Welcome. Nobody is from Twitch now because I shut that shit down. I think restreaming is just a pain in the ass. I realize now the reason why I stopped using that service every single time. I think I stopped using it like 3 times, and yet I still forget the reason why I stopped using it, and I still go back to it, and then I always end up tripping up and having to cancel stream and then never going back to Twitch. Anyway, welcome. Silent Ninja's here, Cleanliness is here, Diego is here, Lord Peace is here, Nora is here, everybody's here. I'm happy. Let's go again. So, recap. We did like about 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of a discussion about whether, you know, if you're lost alone in the woods, would you like to be with a man or a bear? And the consensus is that that question is frankly so dumb and it's made to divide people. You missed that. That's fine. That's fine. Look, it ended in the most horrible way, which is that the stream crashed and I just lost all will to live. I'm gonna eat a chocolate that Shahiro gave me so that I can have some motivation to keep going. Otherwise I'm gonna crash right here and never wake up. Anyway, Charles, how you doing? Charles Laz. Here we go again. I know it's supposed to be anonymous, but that's not my thing. Yeah, no, if you guys want to... Oh, shit, I have to do this. I forgot. There's just so many things going on today, guys. So tiring. But... I hear myself. But that is the thing of life. Send questions here. There we go. So I put in the link. Oh, there's a lot of people in here today. There's 25 people already. Thank you guys so much for coming. Again, it's been a long time since we had one of these deep talk sessions together. The first question... Yeah, no, the first question is just a troll. You guys can... Thanks, babe. Anyway, you guys could go into that link to check out... What's that word? The questions that we're going through. So you can, you know, go along. Anyway, with the man or the bear question, you guys can answer in the chat. I personally would prefer to be with my man. However, if that's impossible, I think any dude would be better than a bear. Oh no. Shahiro is sick, guys. So, send him prayers. Okay. Very sad. That was such a fun discussion, but that stream crashed. So anyway. Second question, guys. I picked the bear because I see women every day. I rarely see the bear. Bro's thinking in a more like zoo kind of like sightseeing type shit. Instead of what's that word? Survival. Looking back, is the you pre-master's degree, pre-love relationship different than you now? Absolutely. Absolutely. But let's keep going. How did the higher education and committing relationship change your life, POV, mindset, daily routine overall? What have you realized that your past self didn't? Dude, this is such a deep question and I love whoever the fuck sent this through. I'm thinking it's either salad or ice. Like, who else could it be, right? But, damn, these questions though. Let me just go like one by one. The U pre-master's degree. Let's just split this into master's degree and love relationship because I think those two are very big things, and they have different effects on me. Let's see, the master degree. Before this, I think I gave a fuck about others a bit more. I think once you get into masters, What's different is, let's say, you know, you were in middle school or in high school, then your friends really matter, right? Like your group, it's like you got your gang, and it was less about studying, it was more about, like, you know, the lifestyle that you get at school and all that. With master's degree, you don't really go to class that often. The people that are in my cohort, they're amazing people, like honestly the most hardworking people, smartest people that I know. However, you have less of that sort of like tight knitted relationship with those people, and also you feel like you have to socialize less, which is a, you know, big difference. Before that, you know, in bachelor degrees I still had my gang and all that stuff. Don't have that in masters, but it is fine. It's growing up, learning that you don't really have to hang out with everybody if you don't want to. What else? It also teaches me that there are times where you think literally everything has ended, and everything is I'm watching this while eating dinner with my family. Oh, no, focus on your family. What is this? Unless they're watching this with you, that's fine. But, you know, I don't want to make it sound like, oh, master's degree is so difficult. I'm so suffering. I am suffering. However, it might just be me, right? It might just be because I am suffering. Maybe you have a master's degree and you guys won't suffer. But I do think personally, in this thing that I'm doing, it has a lot of those moments where it's just like, fuck, I just want to like not. You know, I can't count the number of times during a day where I'm just like, I just want to have a farm and plant shit and eat that plant and die. And that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do none of this big brain shit, none of these deadlines, none of these, like, all of that. And it's like a daily struggle, my guy, to keep going, to put everything down to your calendar and be like, this is too much. I have no time for myself. You know, what is life anymore? But to keep going anyway. And in a sense, like back in bachelor's, I think towards like the end of bachelor's, I have this newfound sense of like, I can do anything. And you know, like I have so much energy in me. I can go more, I can push further, but I'm feeling like I'm reaching that limitation right now. I was like, fuck. It's not like you feel challenged when you're pushing anymore. It's more like you're pushing and you sort of become dead inside so that you can keep going. But I don't know. I guess a small part inside of me still holds out hope that there's some sort of salvation at the end of this. Although, after master's degree, it's PhD, right? So it's another fucking roller coaster. But we'll see. We'll see where the tides take us. It's also another thing, I guess, that I realized, well, at the master's level, is that the reason why you study is not to remember knowledge. And that sounds very weird coming from somebody who studies a lot. It's like, isn't that all you do? Nah. But it's more like, it's sort of like reading between the lines, right? And it's understandable in a way, but it's also unfortunate that I only realized this like after 23 years, is that the people who are very successful at studying, at least I see them in my class, they're not necessarily adhering to the knowledge, and they're not like holding on for dear life for the knowledge, but they're doing things that help them understand the knowledge, and they just breeze through it. They just breeze through it all. They have these like techniques where they apply the knowledge to their real life, or they ask a lot of questions in class. It's just like the things that you do that matters. It's not necessarily the knowledge itself and just memorizing it. And also you got to be more creative with your studying. You got to be more strategic. You know, back then in Vietnam or in high school or whatever, I just do this thing like, yeah, I had tricks to memorize and stuff, but I didn't know that the psychological ways to actually hack your brain and to help you study easy. Oh, by the way, I'm going to tell it to you guys right now, so you don't have to go through a bunch of psychology class and know it. The best way to learn is to set up a lecture. I know, it sounds so stupid, but the way to be the best student is to become a teacher. So you got to be able to understand what you're studying to the point where you can sit somebody down who knows absolutely nothing about that topic, and you're going to teach them and they're going to understand. That's when you're going to remember that shit for real. You don't have to memorize in that bland, boring way, just sitting down, reading it, highlighting. Fuck your highlighters. Okay, anybody who like sits down, open their book, highlighting shit, making their whole book green, it's like, you're not helping, right? I'm gonna teach my 5-year-old advanced math, let's go. Well, in a sense, right? In a sense, you should be able to do something, not a 5-year-old, but, you know, something like that, like a novice, should be able to answer it for them. Let me just read your chat really quickly. With a stream on your big ass TV, clear. They're having their own discussion. I'm participating while watching this. Yeah, honestly, I just have a question here. What is 2 + 2? I'm having troubles with my assignments. 22 is not nice. What the fuck? Oh my god. Dude, my stream just, like, jiggled a bit. It scared the fuck out of me. I have PTSD. I can't go back to the crash. Anyway, yeah, no, the more I talk about this master thing, the more pompous I sound. So I'm just gonna move on to the love relationship thing. This is a bit awkward because I'm sitting right opposite the person who's in the relationship. So I can't say anything bad. No, he's nuding. Wait, one sec. Let me get some water, guys. Need to hydrate. Remember to drink water in 2 box. Anyway, about love and relationship. So, I feel like everybody's going to sound a little no, not everybody. I feel like I'm gonna sound a bit foolish to predict things too far in the future, right? It's not gonna be like, you know, since I don't even want to say it. Like, it just sounds weird. I'm just gonna say what happened. I'm not gonna say what's gonna happen. I'm gonna say what happened. So, I guess when you meet somebody who really, really gets you, and I'm talking like sharing the same brain cells, sharing the same humor, the same hobbies, like, you guys might be thinking, that's kind of boring. Like, I want somebody who's different. You know, I'm a gamer boy. I want a goth girl, dommy mommy that's gonna step on me. In a way though, even if that's the case, you guys are still kind of aligned in some sort of kinky shit. But I'm saying, like, if you think that you're gonna like somebody who's completely different from you, like you're the extrovert, she's the introvert, she's the shy girl, you're out here with the sporty boy, like, maybe very, very, very slim chance. But honestly, when I'm with Shy Hero, I understand that, holy shit, it's so good to be with somebody who is similar to you. Obviously, he's different from me in some crucial ways, and it is necessary to have that slight difference, but life just gets so much easier when you're with somebody who understands you. And obviously, I'm super lucky that I can be with him, not 24/7, but, you know, living together is really, really good because did you guys hear that? That's what I get, living together. But it's like, when you live alone, or when I lived alone at least, I'm not saying I was like depressed, but it was getting there, right? Like, I'm so used to living alone, guys. I moved out, not like moved out, but I live alone since I was 16. And all the way until now, it's just been me. And so I've learned ways to cope and ways to survive by myself. Oh, by the way, can you guys hear the fire in the background? If you can't, then I'll turn it up a little bit. There should be some fire crackling sound in the background. I want a girl who's mentally unstable so we can vibe. 3 months later, help me, my psycho girlfriend. It's good? Okay. Anyway, so it's much less lonely. And it's always, well, this also depends on your partner. I'm just gonna talk about mine. But he's very supportive and fire sounds relaxing. Amazing. Hi Coburn, it's been so long. How you doing? And obviously we fight. There are times when we fight, but the important thing is the talk after the fight. There are things that you would say during fights, things that you would do during, obviously, you know, not physical. If it gets physical, then get the fuck out. But it's like, there are ways where you would slight each other when it's like, oh, I would not allow that. Oh, this would be the end. Oh, this would, no. But what matters is, no matter how bad it becomes, that you still find a way to talk to each other, right? And in the end, somebody's gonna do it first, and most of the time your partner's just waiting for you to say it first if you're in the wrong, and they're gonna say it. Sometimes somebody's gotta be the first one to say, hey, I'm sorry for doing that, and then the other person goes, I'm sorry for doing that as well. And then long talk, and a lot of things are uncomfortable when you get super close to somebody. Hi Vidora, how you doing? Fat Itsta? Hi. When you get super close to someone and you also allow that person to get super close to you, there are things they're gonna point out that you didn't even know about yourself, that you don't like about yourself, that you've been hiding, or you're gonna do that to them, right? But in a loving way, hopefully. In a way where you come into a compromise and be like, hey, this is what I am right now, this is who you want me to be, you know, we can find a middle ground or whatever. And I guess it's less formulaic than you think. So for example, we could be watching a ton of these videos about like how to keep your relationship going, how to going, but honestly I would just say lower your ego and be honest and be extra loving, even when you feel like that's not necessary. But if you can do it, then do it, because when things get rough, those extra loving times are the things that keep you going, right? So it's like, oh my god, she's doing this to me right now, but in like yesterday something super sweet happened, and throughout this entire time they've been great to me. So you sort of gotta like build up evidence to be like, hey, we're actually good together, instead of just doing the bare minimum, you know what I mean? Studying for my test next week in stream is great background noise. That's amazing. I hope I'm not distracting you. Usually I can never do this, guys. Like I would study, I would put something in the background and be like, please, I'm just so fucking bored, let me hear some human talk in the background. But that would break my focus and I would just go back and forth on the stream and studying and end up not remembering anything. Is the name of VTube. Oh shit, sorry. Ignorant. I have no idea about other VTubers, except for the ones that I collab with, which you guys can check it out. They're great. And yeah, I mean, committing a relationship, I guess, and this may not sound great for somebody, let's say if you guys are single, in the chat you'll be like, I don't want to hear that sounds so lucky. And it is lucky, I am very lucky, but it's like, when you meet somebody who is right, and by right I mean like right for you, and also there's two types of rights, right? Like right for you, yes, fitting for you, but also right in the Anama-san domo konbanwa konbanwa今恋人のことについて話しています。Right for you, but also right in the principles. And by principles, I'm going back to what I said, which is being honest, being extra loving, and like lowering the ego, like being able to say sorry, right? So if you have those basic principles, and you know, obviously respecting each other and not being physical. I mean, that's not even like a principle. That's just like, that's like a requirement, right? So if they have those principles and they fit with you, then oh my god, it's gonna be easy. However, it is also true that in the first stages, there's going to be, especially if you live together like us, when you live together, there's literally nowhere for you to escape, right? But like it's like a double-edged sword. On the one side, you have to literally see every side of them, even if you like it or you don't. If you don't, you're gonna fight about it. It's gonna be miserable. You're gonna cry. You're gonna nah. But if you can resolve it, that's amazing. And you can solve problems much quicker because you're basically trapped together and there's no way out of this. So you have to resolve it. And I guess the idea is, it's technically like a marriage, right? Just except the marriage has much more higher stake. It's like, oh, you're not just gonna lose a place to live, you're also gonna lose half your kids, half your money. But those things are just there so that you wouldn't leave. People leave anyway if they can't find a resolution. So the key point is, if you guys get with somebody, and it's like that thing I've always heard people say, like, oh, you're gonna feel it when you found the one. And at first I was like, oh my god, is it this feeling of like overflowing love, like fucking lust, like everything? Obviously, I'm not a sage, and I'm not like 90 to tell you guys, right? It's not like we've been married for like 50 years and then we tell you, no. But I would say, at least for me right now, the feeling right is like, it's so effortless because I can just be myself around him and he can be himself around me, and we would be really happy and have fun together. And that's also another cool thing, is that you can have fun together, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna fuck 24/7. I wish we could. No. But but like, you're not gonna fuck all day, you're not gonna kiss all day. It's not gonna be like, oh, I love you, oh, I love you too, oh my god, I love you more, and then, right? It's gonna be times when you're gonna act like besties. Like, you're gonna have fun with each other, you're gonna do disgusting shit, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna, you know, watch movies together, you're gonna hang out. It's great if you find somebody who, you know, it doesn't have to be that you have to marry your best friend. Sometimes it's like you marry this person, well, and like you love this person first and you just sort of became best friends. What did I just walk into? Sorry for that. I'm great at locking in, so a little noise just makes me forget about the long hours. Nice Comer. Good to hear. Then, do you agree on the right person, right time concept? Because I think if you meet the right person, there's no such thing as the right time. I think so too. Well, look, I believe in this thing, and I've said this before in a lot of deep talks. I'm sure you guys remember this. That I believe in quote unquote fate, in a sense that it's not something. It is nearly magical. You can say it's magical, but that's because there are so many elements combining together, interwoven, and, you know, like a synergy that is greater than the sum of its parts, which means thing A did thing B, and then thing B led to thing C, but D also led to B, and also led to C, and all of these things. Thousands, millions, quadrillion of things together. For example, I went to high school at this particular place, which led me to go to this particular college, which led me to go to this particular master's degree, which led me to this particular day when I wore this thing, when I ate this thing, which made me more likely to do this thing, and then more likely to meet Shahiro. It's like infinite, right? So in a sense, when people say, I think it's destiny, well, there's no other better way to describe it, to explain it, because you cannot know exactly what led to this moment except everything, right? So if you think about it, if that day I didn't go with my parents to that high school and I didn't see that specific fucking squirrel, which I did, on the tree, and did not specifically go to that school, I went to a different one, I decided to go to fucking UK for my studies, then I would never know Shy Hero existed. Ever. And you could be like, oh, that's because of the squirrel. Yeah, or it could be because of other things. So basically, it is quite literally destiny. So that means you shouldn't really stress about, oh my god, why am I such a loser? I can't find somebody. Obviously worry about the part where it's like, oh, I'm not presenting myself okay, I'm not financially, that, get yourself good. I have to say that when you put yourself, yes, the butterfly effect, right? Love is the consequences of our own actions. I guess so, but sometimes we do things that we don't know leads to it, right? So it's like, you have to put yourself in order first. If I did not work out all of those months, way before I even knew Shy Hero existed, I would not have looked that good. And maybe he would not have been attracted to me. Right? And I would not have the confidence to be with him because he works out. And he goes to the gym. So it's like, all of these things we do, I think one of the philosophies that talked about everything that comes to you, you deserve it, is quite right. Obviously, if you say like, oh, then what about people who get cancer? They're super good people, but they get... that's a different thing. But what I'm saying is like the things that you... the good things that you get. It's like... you have to oh no, that's not a good word to say it. It's like if you don't deserve it, then it's not gonna come. I think that's the phrase. At least my mom told me that. So it's like you really, really want this position in the company, but you don't have it. And then you're like, why the fuck can't I have it? Why is it not mine? Why is it not mine? And you think it's unfair. It's probably because you haven't looked through it all yet. And there's still something that you're missing. Whether that is justice or not, but there's still something you're missing that makes you undeserving of that thing. And undeserving meaning like you don't have all the requirements. So anyway, I don't know how the fuck we went to this part. Butterfly effect is such an interesting concept to me. Yes. Just a bunch of butterflies around here. The right time is fate and environment, I would say. Could be because environment, family, career. Yeah, but in that sense, I feel like if anything happens, I mean, the best thing to do is to take your lesson and go, right? Instead of like blaming yourself completely, because there are a gajillion things that could have happened in the past that would lead you exactly to this point in moment and this exact action. So, if things between you guys don't work out, it's probably not just because of one action. And again, that's not cope. That's just looking at the bigger picture. And when I was a child, I used to think, oh, people who believe in destiny are literal losers. They are so weak. They can't own up to their own actions and their consequences. Life is what you decided to be. La la la. But then the older I grew, though, the more I realized, like, sure, you can send out this karma to the world, but you have no way to decide how the world's going to react to you and how that action's going to be received. And so, best thing we can do is do our best, be honest, do good things, and by good I mean like, meaningful things, things that don't hurt you, don't hurt others. That's what my mom taught me. Like when she does this Buddhism shit, it's got so many cool phrases. They're like, do anything that doesn't hurt you and doesn't hurt others. Work that ass. What the fuck?
Do things that hurt you and hurt others.
What? As one of my least favorite villain has said, you can't just be deserving, you have to be worthy. Yeah. I guess so. Anyway, how the fuck did we get here? Oh yeah. POV mindset. Yeah, I think I got way more positive about love because of Shy Hero. I'm not gonna talk about my past because my man is here and that's uncomfortable. But I'm just saying he's different. He's special, guys. Maybe I can't repeat that joke on stream. Anyway, daily routine. I cook more. Definitely. Although in the last couple of days I've been so fucking busy that we've just been eating KFC. But on the whole, I cook more. I have cats now, so that's different. He's built different, bro. Built diff. Shy, cover your ears. Dog rise coming. Yeah, very special. But I understand the feeling, right? So when I was single and I was listening to all these people talking about their relationship, I was like, motherfucker, like, how do I do that? How do I get there? Give me the fucking tips. Give me the, like, how can you have it and I don't have it? So let me just reassure you guys right now, I'm very well aware how lucky I am. And I'm just gonna say it, it's luck. It's lucky. Man, if that one specific day, I didn't do that specific thing that led me to Shy Hero, like, that's it, right? I would literally have no idea he exists ever. And so, if you're not there yet, don't feel bad about yourself. Don't feel bad. Because, I mean, I tried to believe in this destiny shit for so long. But until destiny has smiled to you, you won't believe in it. Trust. I tried to believe, but every time it's been wrong, and I've just been like, fuck this shit. Maybe I don't have a destiny after all. Maybe I'm meant to be miserable but when it happens, it happens. And you just gotta go on. Best thing you can do, focus on yourself. Make sure you're well fed, well dressed, okay? Make sure you are healthy. Make sure your family is in order. Maybe you're ruining this deep moment for me. Hi, Daniel. Rice-based dishes is my go-to staple. Buddhism mom be saying, treat others like to treat yourself, then picking up the sandals after seeing a test exam. That means she's strict with herself. Maybe she should relax. I don't hate love, I'm jealous of it, but at the same time I don't feel worthy of it. Boy, I understand. But look, when you know, you know. It's like the older I grow. When I was young, I told myself this. I said, swear to me you'll never believe in that wishy-washy bullshit, destiny, fate, luck, any of that. You're gonna be structured, you're gonna do things your way, and you're gonna get what you want. And I'll be like, you got it, girl. We're never gonna change our plans. We're never gonna be swayed by others. We're never gonna become spiritual. That's some weak shit. All this, right? The older I grow, the more I realize if you want to stay sane as an adult, and because look, when you're a child, your vision is very limited. What?
It's like in Vtuber, the priest coding. Everything is
God is good.
Is God.
Yeah. But if you think about it, like even back in the medieval days, like I wouldn't blame them for believing in God, because what the fuck else can you believe in when like death is all around you? It's like it's basically
explain the volcano. God's anger.
Thank you, Maymay, for 9,000. I'm 18 and I've been refused indirectly. Beauty, Destiny, just try to regain your trust, that's all. It's fine, life is good. I'll keep my behalf for now. Just believe in yourself. Yeah. I think the one belief that has kept me going is the belief that everything will be okay. And it sounds so fucking cliche. It sounds like something that is like engraved in one of those Amazon, not even Amazon, fucking eBay, Etsy, live, laugh, love kind of shit. Kind of, a furniture or whatever, decoration. But honestly, the older I grow, the more I see those people who are just like floating. Like the people are just like, everything's gonna be okay. All shall pass. You will see. One day you'll see. And, like, I hated that when I was young because it's like, that's not fucking advice. That's not solid. That's not a method. That's not steps that I can take. What the fuck am I supposed to take from that? And the older I grow, the more I realize that is the only advice you can give. Because if anybody's trying to be like, hey, you got it, this, it's like, they just don't know what the fuck they're talking about because they haven't considered the wide enough range of things. Obviously, there are principles that we must follow. Like I said, be honest, be good to yourself, be good to others, right? But beyond that, motherfucker, you can't control shit. So, relax. As long as you're following the principles, you're gonna be fine. Really? Okay, Bobs. Shahir is going to go to sleep early. I'm gonna stay until 1. Because I don't have anything tomorrow, but he has work. Ow, what the fuck? Dude, did you guys hear that? I love you. Thank you, Danny. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, night to him. Weak. I just feel like remain cool, single uncle. My status is low socioeconomic redneck. Just gonna go with the fuck. What the fuck was that sound? Ew, what the fuck? No. He he does that as a joke. He didn't actually make contact with me with that sound. Little. A bit of it. When we're together, we do disgusting shit. Did you guys hear his double burp? But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you're together, you do disgusting shit, but you still love each other. That's the magic of finding the right person. Anyway, we've dwelled too long in one question. Let's keep going. If all of your frequent, recognizable viewers go into a death battle royale, who do you think would win? Alright, let's break this down. Let's start with the mods. Mod team, my favorite. Right? My favorite human beings. I like cheeseburgers. Let's see. Bang Bao would definitely win by being ruthless. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't play by the rules. You think you go, oh my god, Bang Bao, here you what? And then you have your hand on your wound and you look up at him and his face is unchanging. And he just takes out the knife and just on to the next person. Obviously, but he's small. Well, that's exactly the reason why he's aggressive. You understand? Us small people, we have to fight for our lives every single day. We have to breathe the dirty air. We have to fucking we have to fight for our seat in front and to look beyond the crowds. You don't understand. It's the struggle of those small people. Yes. Okay? It's very unlikely that you find a poor, short guy. If you think about it. It's pretty fucking unlikely. Because all of them understand that there's no way they're gonna survive this life if they're not successful. Because they're already small. So, they're gonna be rich or they're gonna be funny. Or both. Kevin Hart. Why do you think Chihuahuas are a bunch of... Exactly. Why do you think they gotta fucking constantly be on steroids? Because they're trying to show you, I'm motherfucking crazy, don't come near me. If you come near me, I'm gonna cry. You know? Anyway. Actually, there's more oxygen downstairs. Why don't you come down here and tell me? Because I can't hear your tall ass. Yes, there's more oxygen. But isn't there also more, like, bat shit? Did somebody say small people? Get on our level. Small people cute. You know what do you know what cute is? Cute is harmless. You think we harmless. Like, wow, we gotta show him. We gotta show him what we're made of. I know what's that. Deal 1 damage or bite. Tyler 1 versus Vegeta. Hi Harry, how you doing? Hi Shelby. Shelby's always been here. It's like my brain is autopiloting. Small fella or smart fella. Fart smeller, small fella. Anyway, hello foe. Ice. Oh, how would Ice win? See, I don't ever think of Ice as like a fighting person. Not that he can't. Just that my cooking. You're poisoning your opponents. They don't even have to eat it. They just have to smell it like about 5 kilometers away. They just drop dead. Square up, brother. Mon will definitely scream. Mon will scream your ears off. It's gonna burst. You're gonna die. Andrew? Aww. How can Andrew kill somebody? I snip people. Daniel would definitely, like, crush people with his money. He would just, you know that, like, what the fuck is it called? Like, in Apex, you can call down, a care package or whatever the fuck. It's like that, but he goes, donation! And then he just goes, and then you're crushed. The smell of my cooking. Mustard gas. Whoever teams up his Ice has poisoned both of their weapons. Salad. I mean, hey, Salad could be an assassin, right? He's got his way with the knives. He's gonna pull out all your teeth. He's gonna make it into a necklace and send it to your loved ones. I'm 179. Oh, you're 179. Oh, you wish you're 180. You always tell me, you're 149. No, you're 179. He's not 180, guys. Laugh at him, haha. Ice got hurt by the pavement. I can't even. I know somebody who is 3 years younger than me. That is, oh my fucking god. Yeah, I mean that's what's happening in the future generation. Nothing personal, kid. All your teeth are. We're basically creating like new Overwatch heroes right here. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah, if all the recognizable viewers go into a death battle royale. By the way, the person saying like recognizable viewers, that's such a shade. It's like if anybody that I didn't mention, they're gonna be like, oh, so I'm not recognizable. Too bad none of those are 69 like me. It's okay. You have the magic number. See, that's what I'm saying. When you're short, you're talented. Because if you're not talented, you'll be stomped to death. It's just the life of a short person. I've never seen somebody short who has nothing going on for themselves. It's like, they're gonna be good at something. But have I seen tall people who are absolute dumb fucks? Yeah. Takes longer for blood to reach their brains. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anyway, next question. I'm a pretty clean and tidy person. Recently, I read an article/study about how intelligent people are messier. Then I started to think about whether I should be messier to see if I can be smarter. See, with that logic, you're already dumb. Saying that, you've already condemned yourself to the dumb population. I'd win. Imaginary technique. Em có bao nhiêu đấy? Em có nhiều đấy rồi, Daniel. Em cảm ơn. Arigatou gozaimasu. Tiền này cô dùng để quảng cáo video. Anyway, so my question is the behavior of people who change themselves because of a rumor, superstitious, etc., and they're gullible enough, normal? And if I can actually get messier and I got smarter from it, is it because messier equals smarter, or because I put a placebo effect on myself that I'm smarter, that I can actually get smarter? Well, that is a very loaded question. One thing I do know, IQ is trainable, but to a very small degree. Which means if you want to, well, it depends on how you define smart, right? IQ is essentially your ability to solve problems. And it doesn't just mean math problems, it could be any type of problem. And there are parts in IQ where it's like a visual problem, there's like logical problems, there's like all types, right? Let's say you have this pipe that needs to be cleaned, and you have no mechanical knowledge, but your brain is able to come up with some sort of solution that works. That would be how smart you are. Now, usually if you get tested around the age like near 18, maybe even younger, that's when your IQ solidifies to a certain number. Meaning, you can't go from 70 to 130, right? That's just not gonna happen. However, you can go from like 130 to like 132, 33. And how do you do that? Well, I guess by solving more problems. But there's no like concrete things like, oh, do more Rubik's cubes and then you're gonna gain this much or something like that. So please clean my pipe. I heard there's 8 types of smartness or IQs. Yeah, there are many different theories. There are people saying like, oh, you know, smartness is divided, IQ is divided, la la la. There's all these types of shit. But the idea is you shouldn't really seek to become quote unquote smarter per se. You know what I mean? It's like being smart it shouldn't really be a goal. It's just like and also it's not like being messy and smart has anything with I think it's mostly that, let's say, intelligent people, they might take on more problems, and then all those problems take up their time. For example, you know, you're a very smart person, you go to a very prestigious school, you have all these fucking deadlines or like a really, really high level job, and then you have so much work to do that you don't have time to do the chores, la la, and so then you become messy. Or, you know, you're highly creative. Creativity is also a part that is indicative of your, I guess, cognitive abilities. So then you're so creative, you're always into your projects and all that you forget to do the mundane things such as người Việt hả không người Mỹ Tho that, you know, you forget to do your chores. However, it's not that if you're messy you're smart. It's a bit sad. You can be an absolute dumb fuck and messy as hell, right? So I do not think, again, I have not done the research on this. I don't have the literature with me. I can't say for certain that there is no link. However, just thinking of intuition, I don't think there's any link between, like, oh, hello, Meme. Xin chào chị. Cô thấy rất là hay khi mỗi khi mọi người vào đây xong rồi không biết Crow người Việt thì xong mọi người kiểu, oh, what? The mess they left ignites something to help with their creativeness, like an idea. I would honestly say, chị này là ai mà đẹp vậy mọi người? Chị không là ai cả. Em là ai từ dưng đến đời đây? Từ đâu bước đến nơi đây? Cái gì đấy? Nhẹ nhàng. Anyway, I'm the living example of messy and dumb. I do have to say, being clean is good. Not only is it good for your hygiene, obviously, but it's also, oh, hello, Sein. Oh, sao tự nhiên có nhiều người Việt đây? Hello. And also, it's good for your mental health. Like, please believe me, I am the messiest motherfucker you could have found in middle school. In middle school, I was literally, even in high school, dude, even in bachelor, dude, I just recently developed this cleaning habit, right? And now my house is not like squeaky clean, but if I see a mess, I'm gonna clean it up. But the reason I do that is because I read these things about, well, obviously Jordan Peterson, of course, but then other sources as well. When it's like, if you leave one tiny little mess, it's gonna become a bigger mess, and then a bigger mess, and a bigger mess, until it's becoming something that you literally will not have the energy or time to deal with. And every time you walk by a piece of trash and you don't pick it up, it's not like you're not making a choice. You are making a choice to ignore it. You are adding evidence to yourself saying that I don't give a fuck what type of environment I live in. I don't give a fuck about myself. I'm not going to support myself. I'm not going to clean up my environment. That's the message you're sending to yourself. So every time I walk past something that I can fix, I'm going to fix it. That is just to preserve my mental health. I honestly don't give a fuck about ooh. Thanks Forrest, thank you so much. Chị cho tí rồi của mọi người. Chị ủng con nhìn giống người yêu tôi. Chắc là bạn bị đuôi. Tưởng Vtuber nước ngoài nãy giờ ngồi học chiều anh người chị Việt. Càng vui đúng không mọi người? Nhưng mà yeah, cô sẽ nói tiếng Anh nhiều hơn. Hope you're doing well with your work. That's nice, Ice. Anyway, yes, so if you guys are being messy right now, please, just for the love of your own mental health, do it for your mental health. Don't do it for the aesthetics. In the past, my parents have tried to encourage me by saying, oh my god, you cannot be like successful if you live in a messy room. And I didn't understand that, right? To me, it doesn't fucking matter if my room was a mess as long as I get my work done, which I did, then it didn't fucking matter. However, it would have persuaded me if they explained it to me that every time you walk by a piece of trash or this piece of discarded clothing or this, you know, like the clothes that you put on your chair that you're not supposed to put there and it becomes a pile. It's like every time you walk past that shit and you don't solve it, you're telling yourself that I don't give a fuck about my problems. I don't give a fuck about this thing that is very manageable that I can fix. I'm not a responsible person. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not strong enough to do it. Like, you know? So, in order for you to not do that, and also in order for you to stop the mess right there, it's like a little piece of chaos. If you have too much chaos in your room, you're fucked. And it also, like, you don't know this. You don't consciously acknowledge the fact that your surroundings is fucking your brain up. But it is. Right? Your brain is constantly being affected by its surroundings. If you're in a fucked up room, you're going to be in a fucked up mood. Cleaning up can help you clean up your brain. Trust me. Trust me. Bữa thì có chó đâu đấy. Yeah, model này thế mà không Việt thì có cái gì Việt. True. I did leave a membership milestone message, but you missed it. Oh well, it happens. Eh? Oh, hello Chris, been a while. Thought I've stopped by, give this to you. Wish you a good rest of your day before I leave. Sorry. Dude, these types of deep talk stream, I just keep talking and talking and talking, and I just forget. Sorry. If my room is a mess, I want to kill myself. Yeah, see? Holy shit. Clean it! Holy shit, dude! It's been a while since I have this much slush funding sitting around, so here out for my savings. Oh my god. Also, yes, do clean your environment. Unkept surroundings will lead to corrosion of certain aspects of your life. Absolutely. Highlight that. It's already been highlighted. Pink. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Clea. Yes, I would say that it's like, if a kid is hearing an adult say it, right? It's like, clean your room. It just sounds like this annoying shit that you gotta do, that your parents keep yapping in your brain. But from a young person to another young person watching this, do it for your own sake. And just watch what happens when you do it out of your own will. But I think that's also something different. is that you doing it because you want to do it is very much different from doing it because other people tell you to. So if your parents is like, you gotta clean your room, fuck you, you gotta clean your room, you're living like a little piglet, you know, clean it up, blah, blah, blah. Then you're gonna feel resentful, you don't want to do it. Now that you do it, you feel like a slave. But if you do it out of your own will, first of all, your parents are gonna be surprised. They're gonna see you as more mature, and you're gonna respect yourself more. So do it first, or other people are gonna push you to do it, and you're gonna hate it. Đừng mention Vtuber khác đây câu đây. Phú bà phú ông nào đây? Hảo há chưa cay quá. The super chat is the result of cleaning my life and space. Immediate evidence. Thank you. What do you mean young? You're old. Wow. We're age shaming? If I'm old, you're ancient. A fossil, even. Phụ ông. Phụ ông Genshin now. I clean my room every day, sweeping, mopping, even spraying alcohol. And I feel good because I did something and made progress. Absolutely. Absolutely. I must head out. See you later. I need to apologize, friend. Like I said, it happened, so just happy to stop by. Thank you, Forrest. Really hope to see you next time. I wish you could have stayed longer, but it's okay. Work calls. I'm a newborn. Remember that one time I said I was gonna like ban Bang Bao if he said he was 12? Thank you so much. Recently my account for my tax, like my ads account, got fucked up because they don't understand the fact that I'm a Vietnamese person living in Australia. So I had to create a new account, and that's a Vietnamese account. So this fund will go to my Vietnamese account so I can promote the videos. Thank you so much, Cleet. I'm not bang. Wait 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry guys, was just checking on Shy Hero. But yeah. Anyways, back to the questions, all right? And thank you so much. Like 40 people are watching this. This is amazing. Did you ask for me? Wait 1 second. Sorry. Close the door. Sorry guys. Just making sure Shy's okay. I'll try to step by more often with time zones. Oh, true. All good for us. Don't feel bad about it. Oh, Bobby is here. Anyway, hypothetical question. If Bob, 22-year-old boy, what the fuck, went back in time when he was 18 and drag him to a police officer, which is you. Then Bob 22 drag out a gun and shoot a pedestrian dead. Then went back to Bob 22's present day. Hypothetically, if you know both of them are one person but just in a different time, would you arrest Bob 18 even though Bob 22 was the killer? No, because things could happen differently within those 3 years. No, wait, 4 years. Did I just say 3? Bob could have had a math degree, unlike me. But anyway, no. Another situation, Bob 22, and it's basically like the same thing. It's like the same sort of idea as going back to when the villain was a young kid and then killing it, right? Another situation, Bob 22 in his present day drag you, a police officer, 30 years into the future, shoot a person dead in front of you, then bring you back to the present day. Would you arrest him knowing that the killer is right in front of you, but the evidence is not here and the murder won't happen in 30 years. No, I wouldn't. Because why do I know exactly who asked this? Wait, seriously? Who? Is it Ice? My answer is Smash. Yêu tiếng Anh đa phần xem cho vui. Yeah. Không sao, xem là sẽ giỏi tiếng Anh. No, but like, why would you do that? I mean, look, I think there is a, what's that word? Why am I always the one who got there? I don't know, Ice, maybe you're just special. Anyways, I think there's an underlying belief here that things cannot be changed, that the future is meant to happen as it does, and that there's only one course, and it's bound to be that way. If that's the case, it's a different thing. However, I believe that, you know, the future can be whatever the fuck. But yeah, I think that thing, right? That thing about like if you came, was it like the grandfather dilemma or some shit? But it's like if you go back and then you do something that erases yourself in the future, I'll eat V8. Arrest him now may lead to a worse future. Absolutely. Bro tried to test his theory on a Vtuber. I don't think that's a wise choice. I would think, wait, went back in time, when is it? Drag him to the police officer. You. Drag out a gun and shoot it, then went back to their day. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I mean, I would tell that guy. I would give him special care to make sure he doesn't do it. The grandfather paradox, right. That thing. But I mean, dude, I will just fuck around and find out, right? If I'm the police officer, there's one thing that I would totally want to check out, which is if I give this kid 100% of my time and energy and make sure he's, you know, well fed, well educated, all this shit, will he eventually kill somebody? And if he does, holy shit, my entire like life view has been changed, and that will be pretty cool. Well, not cool that somebody died, but you know what I mean? Like, just a theory. Yeah, it's pretty sad that MatPat's not there anymore. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. Should I eat something right now? Should I? Yes, you should. The eulogy to Bread, who he once was. One day, while doing nothing particularly out of the ordinary because of natural law, he was completely powerless to understand or intuit. He was instantly hooked to the horrifying entity by the forces vastly in excess of anything he was ever designed to experience. For no reason to... Was this written by ChatGPT? What the fuck is this? Feeling lost. Is this what they call an existential crisis? I've been in dark places and come back, but now when everything bad happened at the same time, I feel like I know who asked this. I feel like I'm stuck between giving up and keep going. I don't want to disappoint anyone, especially myself. I've come so far. Sometimes, do you ever wonder if your passion is the passion? Are you into numerology? According to mine, it said that the job suitable for me is community work, but my numbers shift too much in the community side that when I'm left to do the thing I like, I feel empty. Anyway, thank you for listening and have a good stream. Well, it's like this. I think the thing about like, is your passion the passion, is a lot like, is your lover the one, right? Because they could be, if you do something about it. It's like this person could be amazing for you and your future with them could be so bright, but you don't give it your all and they eventually walk out your life. You might be saying like, oh, well, that was not the one. But they could have been. Now, obviously, with the lover, it's not the best analogy because with the lover, you know, there's like a bit of back and forth. Things you cannot control. However, the passion thing, I can't say this for sure because I'm not somebody who is like 60 years old, followed my career to the end, just one passion, And I'll be like, yup, this is how you know it is the one. This is how la la la. But as I said, the principle, then the gravy. The principle is if you do something that's good for yourself and good for others, and it's meaningful, like honestly, you're doing something good. You're solving a problem in society, you're adding value to somebody's life or your life, but you know, a good thing is a thing that would actually benefit other people as well, not just yourself. Because if it's just yourself, then it's selfish, right? Like stealing might be good for yourself right now, but it's bad for everyone else, and it's also bad for yourself in the future. So something that's good for you and good for everybody, right? And so that's something that society needs. It also something that you don't hate yourself when you do it. For example, let's say the world would be better if there's one more doctor. So if I could become that doctor, it would be great. However, I would probably hate doing it, right? Because first of all, I don't have the physical ability to do it. And I'm also not interested in like chemistry or whatever. Not maybe the doctor is not the best analogy. Let's say engineer, right? Good to have good engineers. Good to have another like rocket scientist who figures out a way for humanity to live in Mars or some shit. Good to have another Elon Musk. However, I don't like that shit. If I force myself to do it, it's like, I'm not gonna like it. So it's also gonna be something that you don't hate doing. And something that eventually will give you capital. Something that will give you money. Apparently, that's the way to find the way for you. However, I do have to say about this passion thing as well. With psychology, at first, I felt a really, really deep passion for it. As in, like, I was crazy about it. I was sucked into it. I couldn't stop learning about it. La-di-da-di-da. The more I study, the higher I get about it. The more, how do I say it? The more complicated things become. And also the more mundane. Because you're so used to it, right? So you don't see that initial glitter and glamour anymore. It's the same thing, as I said, like a relationship. It's like you are infatuated with this person. Oh my God, she's so pretty. I want to suck her titties. Like it's all these initial things that makes you feel like this is passion, this is the way, this is the one, la la la. But once you get used to the girl gets used to you. You guys, date for like a couple years. The glitter and the glamour sorts of scrape away. And that's fine. That's fine. But the problem is, do you have the same discipline to follow your commitment? And I think that's super important. Sometimes it's not about the feeling, but it's about the decision, right? So, because look, if a guy is super passionate in skateboarding, and one guy was also super passionate, but then the passion sort of, fizzed out a little bit. But he kept going. He kept going regardless. That guy, I'm telling you, is going to be better at skateboarding, even if he has less passion about it, because he has some sort of discipline. And there are other things to push you rather than just passion. And I find passion not to be a very reliable compass, because me and my boyfriend, right, we have passion together. There are moments when we fight where all the passion is gone. I only have the passion to leave, to fucking get away, to end it all, to la la la. That was passion. However, if I had listened to that, I wouldn't be here sitting talking to you guys about this, being super fucking happy, right? So sometimes you gotta make sure that this quote unquote passion thing you're talking about is not just a fleeting feeling. And it should also not be a reaction to shortcomings and to hardships. If you're going on a road and it's got some bumps, it's got some raiders, right? And your life gets difficult. if then your passion goes away, maybe that's not passion after all. Right? I think determination is probably the best thing. I know this so damn well because girlfriend is the same. How to find your passion, try everything, pick your fave, spend 10,000 hours. Yeah. Bob the Builder. I hate astrology stereotypes. People aren't inherently an asshole. The cats. Yeah, I don't like that numerology thing. I don't believe in that. Love that man. Also, shout out to the man who worked at least 22 jobs on his. But what I'm saying is there's much more honor in following a path regardless of the hardships. And sometimes it doesn't have to be the path born out of passion. My parents, for example, they followed their jobs without having an actual passion for that job, but they're good at the job. It solves a societal problem. They get paid doing it, and they don't hate it. And so, you know, sometimes when you're good at something, it also makes you like that thing more. Which is strange. People might be like, oh, you have to like it, then you're good at it. No. Sometimes you're good at it, then you like it. So I would say, give it your all, right? The only way for you to know if it's the right way or not is for you to just go to the end. Unless, for example, you're going on the path and you're just, every single day, you just want to kill yourself. It's like, this particular thing, even if I succeed, I would want to end myself. Okay, then don't. then don't go to that way. Find another lane, that's fine. However, if you're saying, because it's like this, it's one of these phrases that I find really cool. Every time you feel like, I want to end it all. It's like, do you actually want to stop living? Or do you just want this pain to stop? If you want the pain to stop, it will. Right? Because all shall pass. Literally nothing will stay with you for that long. Not even your pain. But you don't really want to stop living. Because you want to live a happy life. You want to live a rich life, or like a life with family, with love, with all that. You just don't want to live this particular moment right now. And so it's the same thing with the career. It's like, if you're wondering, is this the right path? If it's a reaction to the hardships that's happening, just try to live through the hardships. And I know it's very difficult. I myself am also in that situation where it's like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to make it out alive. I don't know if, you know, this path I'm going is going to push me forward, or I'm just going to be stuck in the middle. We don't know. However, when there's no need to make a decision, maybe you don't have to make a decision, right? When there's no need to be like, you stay or you leave or you whatever, then maybe just wait it out. Wait it out. My Buddhist mom told me this. It's so cool. It's like, wait for the storm to pass. Sometimes it's not a yes or a no. Sometimes it's nothing. It's silence. You just wait. And this waiting thing requires a lot of faith. And I know it sounds really religious right now, but I'm not trying to be religious. I myself went through this. I never believed in this faith bullshit. It was like, it's either a yes or a no. I need to know it now. Otherwise, I'm going to do something. But it's the same thing with like Taoism, right? Sometimes waiting is the best. Sometimes camping is the best in order to, you know, have the kill. Sometimes not doing anything is the good thing. It feels comforting to know how other feels the same. Absolutely. Like, you guys are not alone in this. I think that's probably one of those redeeming things about a life of a human, is that you're not alone. And it's cool that we can talk to each other because we know that, oh, you're going through the same thing as me. I'm not insane. I'm not a loser. I'm not the damned. Everybody's going through the same thing. So this is good. It's alright. Meanwhile, it's also into the trade market. You lose money, you earn money. It's a big risk, but a big reward. Sometimes you gotta take. I don't understand her 100%, but I respect and try to understand. Yes, me too. It's not just because, you know, they're our parents, right? But I think if something has stood the test of time for that long, there's got to be some grain of truth in it, and whatever we can extract out that makes our lives better, like I would. I don't care if it's like Christianity, Buddhism, Taoism, Stoicism, it doesn't matter. But there's gonna be some grains of truth and knowledge and wisdom because so many generations have lived past it. You know, we're gonna extract something good for ourselves. But yeah, anyway, that would be my answer, to just keep going. Keep going. And once you've reached the peak, you guys know that guy, that's like one Asian guy, so fucking crazy. He's like combat medic, Navy SEALs, astronaut. Like he changed his whole, like, no, I think he was like a surgeon or some shit, like super crazy. Bro went to 3 peaks. It's like, imagine, usually in one lifetime you're either a doctor or you're an astronaut or you're Navy SEALs. That's it. This guy went through 3. So there is a possibility, right, to reach the peak, realize you don't like it, and move on. So it's fine, just relax. Astrology compatibility. Is Virgo and Cancer a good match, like in general friendship or love? I don't know, because if we're talking like the believers in astrology, I would say you need the whole chart. You need the whole star chart. It can't just be your sun chart, sun sign. Virgo and Cancer isn't bad per se. I would say maybe Virgo could be more calculating. Cancer might be more emotional. Sometimes that might not work, but it depends on your moon sign and other things. Hi, Crow, it's Simon. Oh, I thought it was anonymous. Okay. Hope you have a nice stream today. Don't have much time recently. Entering exam. May God bless my soul. Yes, God bless your soul. For tips and tricks on how not to procrastinate, please help. I'm trying to study for my finals. Well, I've had the same question asked by so many people, and I don't know why people ask me, because bro, I procrastinate as well. I think it's just that I have the confidence, the belief in myself that eventually I will get to doing it. I don't know why. It's just like, I think I've procrastinated so much that I've become a professional procrastinator, and I just, when I start procrastinating in my head, I'm like, oh, I've done this like 20 times, it always ended well, I'm gonna be fine. But the tip to not procrastinate, well, see, some things can work. For example, early planning, breaking things down. You've heard this a million times. Instead of making yourself write this paragraph of this essay, maybe that's not small enough. You gotta break it down even further. Just write one sentence. Just collect one paper. You know, just make it very, very baby steps. That might work. Or you could do something that I did, well, I do all the time, which is intermittent studying. So you guys know intermittent fasting. You eat for a period of time, you don't, then you eat, then you don't, then you eat. It's different from, so when I find myself to be procrastinating, it's usually when I have YouTube on the side and I have my assignment on the side, and I just do like 2 of them at the same time, and I can never fucking do it because my brain just cannot like multitask. Also, I also can't do it if I sit myself down for 6 hours only to study. I did this before, yes. I did 7 hours of pure studying before. But that's for studying when there's no deadline. When there's a deadline, you're under panic mode, right? You're under survival mode. Your body is stressed as fuck. You can't put it under so much stress like that. So, what's better to do, in my experience, is to break it down and reward yourself. Remember this. Reward yourself, and also, I'll get to that later, but the rewarding yourself, it has to be immediate. What I mean by that is, you're going to tell yourself this. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to do something in this essay. Could be like 1 sentence, find 3 papers, whatever. Whatever is manageable. Then, I'm going to play 1 match of Mobile Legends. 1 match of League of Legends, Valorant, Overwatch, whatever you like doing, like jerk off, what the fuck, like whatever you enjoy doing, you gotta have to give yourself that after you do one thing that you have to do. Otherwise, you won't do it, because you're working with somebody, yourself, who is not dumb. you're not going to be a slave to yourself. Okay? You're a whole ass human being. You're not going to be enslaved by a tyrant. So you're going to be a good master to yourself. You're going to be a good companion. You're going to say, hey, let's just do this tiny thing. Then let's play. Let's relax. Let's eat good. Let's la la. And the more you do that, the more your body trusts you. The more you trust yourself that if I work, I'm going to get the reward, so I'm going to work. Right? I find that to be the best. And also, it helps your brain relax instead of just 7 hours of pain. Kinky. Yes. And also, another thing is, what's that word? Oh yeah, intermittent studying is also amazing for finals because psychologically speaking, and this is like cognitive, right? Aside from the teaching others method, another method is active recall. And well, it's also related to teaching, but basically what you do is, I'll show you guys a tip. You look through all your lecture materials, okay? And instead of writing things down, well, write keywords down and key phrases down, key things that matter down. And once you wrote it down, each line, so for example, it says A is B, C is D, each of those being one line, right? You write it down on a line, on a column. Then on the next column, next to it, you're gonna write questions whose answer is the first column. For example, the keyword could be, the biggest cat is a Maine Coon, right? The biggest breed of a cat is a Maine Coon. Then on the second column, you're gonna write, what is the biggest breed of cat? Simple, like that, right? Then on the third column, you're gonna write something like, this person walks into a pet store. They want to purchase a cat that is that can play with their dog. What cat breed would that be, and why? So what you've essentially done is logically approach the question instead of just memorizing. So then, going back to your column 1, you're gonna fold your paper. Remember, we have 3 columns. Maybe you don't have to give a fuck about the third column right now. Just 2 columns. Answer and question. You're gonna fold the columns. Now you can only see one side. You're gonna start, after writing all the answers down, you're gonna start with a question column. You're gonna look at all your questions that you have created from the answers. Then you're gonna answer those questions, right? Then go study. Go play. Go play Valorant. Go play outside. Go fuck your girlfriend. Whatever you do. Do something that make you completely forget about studying. Okay? Then come back, look at your answers list, and then make questions again. Repeat this process of question, answer, or answer, play, question, play, answer, play, question, play. Right? Then you go to your third column, which is the upper level questions. Meaning, in your test, in your exam, sometimes they don't ask you directly. Sometimes they don't go, what is the biggest cat breed? And then you just say, oh, Maine Coon, and that's done. Sometimes they make you solve a problem, right? They make you be like, this guy named John wants a cat breed that can play with his dog. Which cat breed is that and why? Now you have to go through multiple steps in logicalizing that, saying it would be a Maine Coon because it is the biggest cat breed, and big cat breeds can be as big as a dog, which means it can play with the dog. Essentially what you're doing is you're trying to guess what they would ask you in the exam, and you also ingrain that knowledge inside your brain as a tool, not a piece of knowledge that is useless, that is non-applicable. You have to make it into something useful. Otherwise, your brain is not going to give a fuck about it. We keep things in our brains that is useful, that matters. You have to make it into something that solves a problem. Celebrate any small achievement. Did good, therefore have the will going. Yeah, absolutely. And it's very simple, actually. And it may sound dry, it may sound boring, but that works. And just give it a try if you haven't. And you can tell me whether it works, because for me it did. Rejection, very serious, not clickbait. Hello, I'm gonna make this quick. Female friend from high school had a boyfriend in college, got dumped. Had used substance afterward. Holy shit, okay. Also have trouble moving on. She relied on me because I was the closest to her in high school, and now I feel like she's obsessed with having a relationship with a significant other because she didn't really have a pleasant childhood. Okay. Which makes me think that she's craving for some deep love from a significant other. Thankfully, she seems a bit stable, but now I gotta ask, how do I help her move on? Help me, Master Rizzler. Interesting. Using substance afterwards. Jesus Christ. Look, I'm gonna say this. I don't know the full situation. Okay? I'm not trying to cop out. But I don't know the full situation. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she's been through. Principles. Principles first, gravy later. In terms of principles, I would say be patient, be gentle, be honest. And by that I mean when somebody needs some reassurance, somebody needs to vent, and you're the only one there, and you can help, and you have the mental capacity to help, you know, like the emotional capacity to help. If you don't. And I'm telling you this as somebody who has poured everything of themselves to help some other person. And it won't go well. It won't go well because you're going to collapse first. And then nobody's going to help them. So you have to make sure that you are good enough in your mental health, mental well-being, mental capacity to help. If you are, you can offer to listen to them, right? Just listen to them. That's probably going to solve most of the problems, because when people talk, they solve their own issues. You just have to listen. They're going to come to their answers themselves. Now, if that doesn't work, right, you can be a little softer. You can guide them towards the answers. You can guide them towards the healthy things instead of the bad things. You can encourage them. You can do things with them that makes them feel better. If that doesn't work, then maybe you gotta go to the honest route, which is like, it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna be quick. Which is when the truth bombs get dropped. At least that's what I've been doing with the people who came to me. And especially if they have a repeated pattern of doing that. I have some people who are close to me who repeatedly come to me for comfort, and I always give them the listening option first. That's to get most of their things out. Then I guide them towards a thing. But if they get really, really like stubborn, like cannot, you know, break out of their delusion, then you gotta start being honest. But don't be cruel, right? Because they're brittle right now. Don't be cruel, but be honest and say, I literally have nothing to gain from this. I love you to death, and I'm saying to you this as a friend, as somebody who actually gives a fuck about you. This is the truth. And I know it's gonna hurt, but I'm gonna be here with you, and you can cry, and you can, you know, stay in bed for a while, you can whatever. But let's make sure that you're healthy, that you can live through this, because blah blah, right? But sometimes you also gotta know when to stop. I'm not saying like leave her to die, right? I'm not saying that. But I'm saying sometimes some people don't want to change. Some people don't want to be helped. Don't go ahead and assume that immediately, of course, but you know, it's not good to blame yourself over somebody else's inability to change. Okay? Of course, if it's something like substance abuse or anything like that, if possible, if it's really, really bad, you know, professional help could work. But I'm just saying, you know, if it's simple, like a casual friendship and then, you know, casual relationship in her part. And it's just maybe follow that. But if that doesn't work, then maybe we have to reconvene to think of a new thing. But I don't know. I don't know enough about the situation to comment in depth. Would you guys rather become top of everything but no social skills, or have good sociality skills but average in every other? I would have good social skills. Good social skills and you can survive. Top of everything, not sure you can survive. You can't do everything by yourself, right? We're human. We're social creatures. We have to live in communities. We can't do everything by ourselves. That's a very tiring life. I would like to be average, have good social skills, and other people can serve me and I serve them. Mấy tháng trở lại đây tôi có cảm giác bị kiểm soát, áp đặt lối sống, sinh hoạt hay thậm chí là lời ăn tiếng nói hàng ngày bởi người thân trong gia đình, và tôi thật sự không vui khi bị gò bó như thế. Tôi nên làm gì để giải quyết vấn đề này? Thanks, Crow. Crow sẽ trả lời câu này bằng tiếng Việt để mọi người hỏi bằng tiếng Việt. I'm gonna answer this in Vietnamese because the question was in Vietnamese. Okay, Crow không biết là bạn này bao nhiêu tuổi, và Crow không biết là kiểu tình trạng, không phải tình trạng gì nhỉ? Kiểu situation là gì nhỉ? Tình huống, hoàn cảnh, gia đình như thế nào. Nhưng mà thường thì Crow rất là hay nói với những bạn trẻ. Ví dụ các bạn trẻ mà nói là bố mẹ em áp đặt quá, bố mẹ em thế nào kia quá. Cái mà Crow hay nói đấy là, tại vì cái này Crow cũng làm rồi, đúng không? Hồi trước Crow cũng một thời trẻ trâu, kiểu puberty các thứ, thì Crow cũng rất là hay bật bố mẹ, và bố mẹ cũng không vui, và bố mẹ cũng bắt nọ bắt kia, mà tất nhiên mình không thích. Thì nếu như mà ở trong độ tuổi đấy, Crow sẽ, mà thậm chí là độ tuổi nào đi chăng nữa, thì cô cũng sẽ khuyên có một cách, nếu mọi người có thể thử. Nếu như mà thử mà không được thì mình sẽ nghĩ cách khác. Nhưng mà thường cái cách này nó sẽ được. Đấy là mọi người hãy ngồi xuống một mình, mọi người hãy viết tất cả những cái suy nghĩ của mình ra, những cái mà mình cảm nhận, những cái mọi người làm, những cái kiểu, những cái mà mọi người làm đấy thì khiến mình cảm thấy như thế nào, và mình muốn cái gì, đúng không? Chứ không phải là tôi ghét A. Thế mà mày muốn cái gì? Tôi không biết. Ok, cái đấy không được. Cái đấy phải là tôi ghét A, tôi muốn B. Right? Mình phải có một cái gọi là, từ đấy là gì nhỉ? Like a goal. Một cái kết quả mà mình muốn. Tại vì cái mà Crow muốn mọi người thử đây là như kiểu đàm phán ấy. Đàm phán với cái người mà mình đang có vấn đề với. Mục tiêu. Ok, fine, whatever. Đừng có trêu tôi. Anyway, thì mình phải biết là mình đang ở hoàn cảnh nào và họ ở hoàn cảnh nào. Ví dụ như là nói là mẹ làm cái này, con không thích thế, là thì trong đầu mẹ sẽ kiểu nhưng mà mẹ làm thế tại vì nó tốt cho con, đúng không? Khi mà bạn khiến cho đối phương của bạn chặn bạn một cái gì đấy thì người ta đã không muốn nghe bạn nữa rồi. Nên là cách tốt nhất để cho đối phương nghe mình, đấy là mình phải nghĩ hộ đối phương. Ok, theo dạng là nghĩ hộ theo ý tốt. Ví dụ bạn nói là mẹ không muốn con nhuộm tóc tại vì mẹ cổ hủ. Ok, thế thì làm sao mà mẹ bạn sẽ nghe bạn được, đúng không? Tại vì mẹ bạn sẽ kiểu không, tao không cổ hủ, chỉ là tao nghĩ cho mày thôi, là. Thế là xong rồi. Bất kỳ những cái gì mà bạn muốn B, bạn muốn C, bạn muốn gì, mẹ không nghe nữa. Tại vì bạn không hiểu mẹ. Thế thì bây giờ bạn phải nói là con biết là mẹ không muốn cho con nhuộm tóc tại vì mẹ muốn tốt cho con thôi. Mẹ cũng nghĩ là con kiểu như là kiểu mẹ muốn con tập trung vào học hành, mẹ không muốn con kiểu như là khác bạn bè quá kia. Nghĩa là bạn phải nghĩ hộ đối phương, đúng không? Để đối phương chỉ có được nói thôi. Chỉ được phép nói đúng rồi. Đúng. Mẹ nghĩ thế đấy. Thế thì sau khi bạn giải thích một cách rất là bình tĩnh, mà để giải thích được bình tĩnh thì bạn phải viết tất cả mọi thứ xuống, đúng không? Tôi yêu thích giải thích bách khoa, tôi yêu vật lý, tôi yêu tạch môn, tâm lý quá. Crow chắc sau phải xuất bản sách. You have such a way with words. Anyway, thì sau khi mà mẹ bạn cứ hoặc là không nói gì, ngay cả không nói gì nhá, miễn là đồng ý là được, thì bạn đã khiến cho những cái rào cản tâm lý ở trong đầu mẹ bạn nó hạ thấp xuống rồi. Mẹ bạn sẽ không đề phòng bạn nhiều nữa. Sau đấy thì bạn sẽ len lỏi cái ý tưởng của bạn vào. Và bạn sẽ nói một cách rất là, bạn phải hạ giọng. Ok, bạn không được nói là nhưng mà con muốn, tại vì con kiểu như là đấy là quyền của con, đấy là không được. Bạn phải nhường đã, bạn phải cúi đã. Hiểu. Thực ra thì kiểu con chỉ muốn có một cái cách nào đấy để mà thể hiện bản thân. Khi mà nhìn vào gương thì như kiểu con muốn một cái hình ảnh của mình như thế nào ấy kia, và con cũng chỉ muốn thử một thời gian rất là ngắn thôi. Con cũng không nghĩ là như kiểu là con không nghĩ nó là một điều cần thiết, nhưng mà con rất là muốn kiểu thử thế nọ ấy kia. Nghĩa là nói một cách làm cho cái vấn đề nó bé vào, cho nó là một cái mà như kiểu mẹ bạn nói có thì cũng không sao, đúng không? Right. Thế sau đấy thì bạn cứ bình tĩnh đã. Có thể mẹ bạn sẽ cãi một cái gì đấy, đúng không? Ví dụ kiểu nhưng mà mày làm gì có tiền, nhà mình không có tiền, hay cái gì đấy. Nếu như mà bảo là nhà mình không có tiền, hay là một cái gì đấy mà mẹ bạn sẽ nói là kiểu cái quyền lựa chọn là của mẹ bạn ấy, thì bạn sẽ trở thành người lớn và bạn sẽ nói là vâng, thế nên là lý do mà con sẽ đi làm, hoặc con sẽ cái gì đấy, hoặc con sẽ tự tiết kiệm tiền, hoặc là con sẽ thế nọ kia. Nghĩa là bạn phải nhận trách nhiệm vào bản thân. Bố mẹ mình rất là thích mình khi mình trưởng thành, đúng không? Bố mẹ nào cũng muốn con mình phải trưởng thành, con mình phải chín chắn, con mình phải nọ kia. Thế thì khi mà bạn tự nhận trách nhiệm ở bản thân mình, chứ không phải là thế nhưng mà mẹ phải cho con tiền để con nhuộm tóc, thế thì bố mẹ nào cho, đúng không? Và thế là bạn đưa quyền cho bố mẹ rồi. Đây là thực ra là bạn chỉ hỏi để cho bố mẹ cảm thấy vui thôi, chứ thực ra là mình hoàn toàn có khả năng làm được, đúng không? Ví dụ như kiểu đằng nào cũng tự khi mà nói thế là đằng nào bạn cũng có thể tự tiết kiệm tiền được rồi, đằng nào thể nào bạn cũng đã tự đi nhuộm tóc được rồi. Nhưng mà đây bạn hỏi thế là một người lớn, và bạn nói với mẹ bạn một cách nhẹ nhàng. Thì thường không thấy khi mà mình đi theo cái này nhá, thì bố mẹ sẽ nghe. Khi mà cãi nhau sẽ chỉ hoặc là như kiểu là đứa con nó gào mồm lên, hoặc là bố mẹ cũng gào mồm lên, hoặc cái gì đấy. Hoặc là khi mà con mà kiểu shut down, đúng không? Kiểu lạnh nhạt với bố mẹ thì bố mẹ cũng không thích. Nhưng mà khi mà mình hiểu đối phương và làm cho đối phương cũng hiểu mình, và mình từ tốn và mình nhẹ nhàng, thì thường mọi người sẽ, trường hợp tệ nhất thì mọi người có thể là không theo cái đấy, thì ok, Crow cũng hiểu có những bố mẹ như thế thật. Hoặc có thể bố mẹ sẽ kiểu thôi mày thích làm gì là làm. Nhưng mà thế là được rồi, thế là thành công rồi anh em ạ. Thế là thành công, không cần phải kiểu mẹ cũng muốn xem con tóc hồng như thế nào, không cần. Mày muốn làm gì làm, thế là cũng được rồi. Thế là bố mẹ đã cho mình một cái cửa để mình thử đi rồi. Nhưng mà nha, mọi người thử làm kiểu đấy xem sao. Anonymous, I shan't be cleared here. Anonymous is on my thing, just checking in how you're doing with academics. Very, very stressful. Very stressed. I'm seriously like in the most crucial part of my academic life right now, probably. Freaking resets and weekly presentations, essays, am I right? Almost done with assignments. I hope to see more streams soon. I also hope to see more streams soon, but I have no idea how to like guarantee that, to be honest. I'm not sure what to do. I've been feeling down in the dumps. Sorry, I'm just gonna rush through these a bit because we have quite a lot and it's 12 a.m. where I am. I'm a bit tired. I've been feeling quite down in the dumps recently. Ever since I started my second semester of uni, I've noticed that I've been really freaking depressed. I studied marketing. During the first semester, I didn't see anything wrong with myself, besides I had more work than I used to do in high school. But ever since the second semester started, I've just been down as fuck. I've been neglecting my hobbies because of work, and I feel like I don't spend enough time for myself. Now every time I pick up my pen to draw, I notice my skills have been diminishing, and it's hard for me to be creative. I do have 2 guys I talk to in my class. They're my friends, but I can't really say good friends. Not because they're horrible people or anything. It's just that I can't talk comfortably or laugh freely with them. But when I do talk to people from design, I can comfortably vibe. My friends from high school were even surprised that I chose marketing because I've been an artist for as long as they know me. I think that's a good choice. Many artists, and Shahiro told me this, cannot market their own art, But that's how you become a poor artist. If you know how to market your art, you can be super fucking rich. Originally, I chose something else instead of design because I didn't want to view my hobby as a way to get money. I'm not sure why I chose marketing. Did I choose it because I wanted to do it or because recommendations and I just wanted to impress my parents? I've done a lot of research on the programs I want to switch to, asking some friends, and a lot of the things they do really piqued my interest, more than marketing stuff. Like, I'm not passionate enough to do marketing. I literally have zero knowledge or interest in this topic prior to uni. Well, that is interesting why you pick it then. And the thing is that the things that really discourage me to continue are the fact that a large number of the motherfuckers who enroll in marketing are just rich kids who got into uni and choose the easy course. You're not lying. To get a degree and get girls and dip. I got paired up in a group with these little dipshits. Ah, I understand. Yeah, a lot of my teammates who got teamed up with marketing/commerce people also said it was dipshits. Not to say bad things about them, right? It's just the majority. The university also thought of a random new subject for all us marketing students to learn. We have nothing complaints. It's really bad. At the same time, I'm afraid of changing programs because it'll be quite expensive to do it, and I feel ashamed for burdening my parents. I also had to give up my newfound biking hobby. What? Because doing this will be a heavy toll of money. Oh, okay. My parents especially are not really sure about me wanting to change because I myself am someone who's really uncertain when it comes to choosing. They feel like it's hard to trust my decisions, and because of this, I'm beginning to not trust myself as well. And now I feel like, do I really want to do this? And even if I wanted to come back to marketing, I'll also have to start over because this godforsaken uni is changing programs. Okay. This person says they really, really need guidance. Okay, I'm going to try my best. You guys in the comments can help as well. I feel like the more help, the better, but sometimes too much advice is a bit scary. It's not an actual skill path, it's an extra basic skill. I'm going to make content. Business major, I know how it feels when your peers put in the same amount of work. Yeah, totally. Hi, Don. We're just doing, you can click the link in the pinned chat to know what we're talking about. Anyway, see, I'm usually in the camp of like stick to something. That's the camp that I'm at. Especially if you have a pattern before of switching constantly, it's probably best to try sticking to something. Now, this goes back to the thing of like, is it the field itself or is it the things that are happening? Right? Is it sticky camp? Is it that you really hate marketing? Or is it that you hate the dipshit teammates and the subjects that you hate? The school subjects, right? Marketing, subjectively speaking, if you have a degree in marketing, there are a lot of career options for you, especially during this sort of modern age where everything is about marketing nowadays. Especially, you know, like social media marketing or some shit. A lot of people want that. So it's not a bad choice in terms of employability. However, I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of marketing people. Like, holy shit. It's like a lot. Rich kids got into uni. I agree. Only thing I would probably say, and this is a bit experimental. Obviously, it depends on. Oh, hey, thank you, Salad, for being a member for 13 months. Gotta go prepare for a presentation. Have a good stream. Yay, 13 is a good number. Thank you, Salad. Good luck to your presentation. Yeah, you got this. Why am I getting jump scared by I click the link? Yeah. It's a bit experimental. For me personally, it doesn't really matter exactly what I do. I really want to develop myself from the thing I do. What I mean by that is like this. I completely agree with you in that thing of like, oh, choose the easy course to get a degree, right? I also don't look up to people who do easy things just to get, like, you know, means to an end. I don't think there's anything pretty praisable in that. So, personally, for example, I took that subject in law in bachelor. It was hard as a motherfucker. I got horrible grades. It was a horrible time. It was miserable. But I wanted to do that so that I would throw myself at something difficult. And it's an honorable subject, and I want to do it because I've never done anything like that, and I really want to develop the skills that it could give me. Same thing with like economics. It's something that I really fucking hate. Like I don't like the idea of studying economics. I hated it. But because I hated it and because I was bad at it, I wanted to try it. which is strange because it's like I'm not good at math. I don't like this whole economics thing. It feels too competitive for me, whatever. But because it's so scary, I'm going to throw myself at it to see what I can gain from it. But it must be an M. No, because there's a saying, whatever you want the most is hidden in the place you don't want to look. Like, you want to look the least. Right? So, like, the biggest treasures is hidden in the place that is the scariest. And I realized the biggest treasure is not necessarily economics knowledge or law knowledge. I don't remember whatever the fuck I learned there. But the most valuable thing that I gained from that is confidence in myself. Is the confidence that I'm brave enough, or reckless enough, I guess, to go into something knowing I'm gonna be bad at it and I'm gonna be terrified, but it's hard and it's worth a challenge, and I want to try it. I don't want to shy away from it. I don't want to be, scared of it for the rest of my life. And so I just do it. So I think in that way, it is a bit crazy. And I can't fully tell you to, hey, just go for marketing because you're afraid of it. Or you're not afraid of it, but like, because you don't like it, just go for it, and then you're gonna, develop into a better person. However, I would not also argue that that's an impossibility. Maybe if you keep going with marketing, you don't gain marketing knowledge per se, but you might gain the discipline, like the self-discipline, to stick to something even though it's not the easiest thing, it's not the most pleasurable thing, and also the discipline that you seem to say that you don't have because your parents say that you're not certain about anything. So maybe, it might be good to stick to something finally. However, I also understand, it's the time when, people flutter a lot, especially like creative people, right? Their minds go everywhere. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but when it comes to like careers and such, sometimes you need that sort of discipline to lock in, and to just put your efforts into one place. I totally agree with that thing about like, I can't even draw anymore. I have too much work. I totally agree. When I do this master's shit, I always complain to Shahir. I was like, baby, it's like I'm not living for myself because I can't do the shit I want. My time is not my own. It's so fucking busy. It's so fucking bad. I gotta say though, in Bachelor, you can still have summer breaks. Right? It's not like hell constantly. But yeah, it's a difficult thing to advise It depends on what you value, really, and how much you hate marketing. Dude, MIT so far learning something useful. Languages I'm not interested in, but some areas. Yeah, I think it's also about like finding the things that's interesting, because this is something I learned. I used to read papers, psychological papers, and just like absolute dread them. I fucking hated them. I just hated reading all that scientific shit. It's so boring. But then I learned this like self-gaslighting thing where I'm like, I pretend that I'm really interested. I pretend that there's something in this paper that is just so fucking new that if I know it, I'm going to be more knowledgeable, and holy shit, it's going to be so fun. So I read it with the goal to know a new thing instead of like to get to the end of the paper. And so that usually saves me from the boringness. Most of the reasons why business marketing majors usually stuck up work. This is the easiest route. Family business. I see. Makes sense. Take a gap year. I don't know about that. Some people it works, some people it just makes them lazy. Some people, they take a gap year, they never go back to studying. They just get a job. KROWKO is so OP, she can literally gaslight herself to study more. But I think it's when you come to this like end of the road where you're at a corner, you literally have nothing else to do. It's sort of like Stockholm syndrome, right? It's like you're already captured, nobody's gonna come to help you, might as well fall in love with the fucking captor. Because what other choice do you have? You either suffer miserably, being like, I hate this guy, I hate it here, like, get me out, get me out, get me out, without avail. Or you be like, I fucking actually love it here, this is amazing, I love the food, this guy's kind of hot, let's bang. You know, at least you got some. The queen of unemployment. I know this stuff about rich kids because I am one. See, that's the confidence that I love. The confidence to admit that you're a rich kid. In the rich kid culture, you're not supposed to admit that you're a rich kid. I like that, Clea. I like that. Unfortunately, but fortunately, my parents won't give me that easy. That's good. People who can gaslight themselves are the strongest or the weakest. You never know. It's a gotcha, 50-50. But yeah, look. It seems a bit scary. It seems a bit reckless to see life this way. But you can try to see life as the underlying thing. The thing between the lines. Because look, it doesn't matter if this person studied law and that person studied biomedicine. Or that person, you know, worked as a carpenter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. What matters at the end of the day is the self-discipline that you learn from doing those things. Because obviously, you know, when you hear somebody, oh, this guy, you know, has a PhD, or like this person is a doctor or whatever, you respect them because what they're doing is good for other people, of course, but also you respect them because, not because they know all of that mumbo jumbo shit that you don't understand. It's because they have endured all of those gruesome years to get that thing. They endured it and they came out the other side thriving. That's what you're admiring. You don't admire what the fuck they know, right? Because look, to be honest, Google, I could Google some shit that the physicists fucking took generations to find out. I could Google that in a second. You guys can Google some psychological fucking theory that I don't even know about, right? But I have a master's in psychology. You don't. You will know that, and I won't. So it's not about the knowledge per se. It's more about what you go through and what you're willing to go through to get that thing. So, in this person's case, whether it's marketing, law, design, whatever, I'm telling you this. When you go into design, there's gonna be shit that fuck you up. And I'm telling you this as somebody with so many design friends. Holy shit. They're the most malnourished, underslept, what the fuck? Like lack of sleep people that you will ever, and high people you have ever seen. Okay? Like they're holding on to the brink of life. They make beautiful shit and they fucking kill themselves doing it. It's like, I'm telling you, it's not gonna be easy. Either way, it's not gonna be easy. That's what I really want you to know. This person right here. If you think you're gonna go to the design club because you got some friends, it sounds pretty fun. Of course it sounds fun when you're not doing it. When you're doing it, it ain't so fun, right? If I tell myself, if I tell anybody that, hey, I'm actually working on this project with one of the governmental foundations to help, young people eat healthy. Does that sound cool? That sounds amazing. Is it actually cool to do the coding? Fuck no. So, you gotta be careful. What are you choosing for? And personally, I would say to go with the principle. Don't choose something because it is easier. You're saying, fuck these rich kids. They're choosing the easier route. Are you choosing design because it's the easier route? Right? Think about it. If it's not, if it's actually difficult, if you know it's difficult, but you want to do it, you think it's meaningful, this is the right thing for you, la la la. Okay, go for it. But I would say sometimes the discipline to stick with something is probably the best thing you're going to get. Thế em sẽ chỉ khá là ngẫu nhiên. Nhưng cứ hài và hay kiểu gì. Thank you, Don for arigato. Buchi. Sacrificing their life force for beauty. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a noble pursuit. Beauty is important. Bread. Now this is for real. How would you guys feel if you turn into an immortal? When you turn into dirt, bone into stone, rain into acid, would you regret it? Will you accept your fate as an observer, or will you turn into Mr. Don't Give a Shit? I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be a piece of sand. There's been like those horror stories shit about like your brain being kept alive but the rest of you is not there. That's scary. Are you choosing graphic because it's the easy route or easy route because it's graphic and you're a drawer? Yeah. Love related question. Should I confess to your crush before studying abroad? Semi best friend crush. Dude, you're gonna study abroad anyway. Might as well fucking, it depends. How long have you liked this person? If you just started liking them a little bit, I don't know. But if it's like you've loved them for such a long time, or it's so fucking like it's so intense, go for it. Look, here's what I gotta ask. Will you ever see that person as a friend again? If you don't confess. Or will you always look at them and be like, fuck, I wanna milk those titties, like, if you're always gonna look at them and have some sort of like love, sexual, romantic feelings, it's best just to say it, because you can't be friends at that point. 4 months completion. I really like your 4 months song. I'm asking if you ever think of making a full quality version. Are you saying that's not full quality? That's fucking rude. No, I'm not thinking about making music right now. have too much going on. I'm currently studying at university. I've always been the top student in my class. Congratulations. I've recently noticed that my classmate grades constantly get higher while my grades remain the same despite my hard work. The situation worries me because I fear that I may never be able to improve. Do you have any advice for me? Wait. So you're the top student. So you're already high enough. Why the fuck would you want to be high? Look, this is getting to that terrifying territory of comparisons that I would never want any of you guys to step into. Please don't compare yourself to others. It's a poison that you'll swallow and die alone. Not worth it. Gotta go abroad anyways. Might as well fuck. Wait, did I say that? No, I didn't. I'm fearing for my life too, but I'll take it on because I have to. I want to succeed. Continue keeping up a decent slush fund size. Donation to KROWKO. He wishes to be the very best, which means he'll have to do a sacrifice. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Mom. That's what I was gonna say. That sounds a lot like what one of my very close people went through. They were top of the class from grade 1 to grade 12. No. Was it grade 12? Grade 10? No, grade 12. And then the moment... Was it grade 12? Actually, no. Grade 10. And then the moment they went to, like, high school... They went to a super good high school. And they were, like, the bottom of the class, and they actually went into depression and anxiety. No, I would say this. Let's get used to the fact that regardless of your class, I don't give a fuck if you're a top student in your class, there are people that are better than you. And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Would you tell the people who are worse than you, you don't deserve to live? Right? The students that have worse grades than you, would you say, hey, I think you're a piece of shit. You're not improving. Your life's going to shit. You're so lazy. Fuck you. No. So why the fuck would you say that about yourself? Because clearly, it's not just in your class. It's in every other class going on in every generation. Somebody's going to be better than you all the time. All the time. And you have to be fine. You have to be fine with that. It's okay. Comparisons are stupid. Because what's the point? What's the point? Look, let's take a bigger picture thing. You're currently in university, okay? About 10 years from now, you're gonna be in a workplace. Nobody gives a fuck, a flying fuck, if you were the second, third, fourth, 20th, first class, like, student in your class. Nobody gives a fuck. And you shouldn't either. So why give a shit about it now? If it's not gonna matter in the future, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. Trust me. Because I was like, in every class, in every, like, you know, school, whatever, when there's like a hierarchy, there's like a ranking, you're like, oh my god, I'm like the worst student in this class. I'm like the worst in this subject. I'm like the best in this subject. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It did not. It didn't. Because nobody remembers. Dude, if you be like, who was the top student in your class in middle school? I don't fucking know. I don't even know who's in the best in masters right now. In my own class right now. I don't fucking, who cares? Nobody cares. All you gotta care about is how you do your work. If you had tried your best, then okay, that's it. That's good. Low tear got blown up. Got shocked because my naive brain got sad. I was top 3 in my primary into my 31st. What? You know? Because the bigger we become, the smaller our problems seem. And you're gonna become bigger. You're gonna mature. You're gonna have way more things to worry about. You're gonna have kids. Okay, you're gonna have grandchildren. Like, you're gonna become such a big network of things that your fucking place in class won't give a shit, won't matter. Now, should you push yourself to the best of your abilities to be your best? Absolutely. Go ahead. But should you push yourself to be better than someone else? No. That's boring. Also, let's say the best of other people. Hi, Alden. How are you doing? The best of other people can go is 8. Then you're at 9 and you're like, fuck yes, I'm the king of the world. That's it. I'm just going to stay here. Even though you can actually go to a 20. No, you shouldn't do that. You should go to 20 regardless. Fuck those other people. I don't care. Just go to your best ability. That's it. Don't care about other people. Don't look. Be like those horses, those war horses. You got to keep those blinds on your eyes so you can't see left or right. You only see forward. Okay. Anyway, I need help. In theoretically, I have a body I want to... Okay, I'm going to skip this one. How to be braver. Hi, Crow. It's been a while since I tuned into your stream. Hope you've been well. I've been struggling with feeling confident and secure to myself. I'm conscious it's a result of the environment I grew up in. However, it's still hard to change. Do you have any tips in believing yourself more? No matter what I do or choose, I'm always scared of doing the wrong things and messing it up. I'm always scared that something bad may happen because something I did. I mean, this is very normal. I know tons of people who go through this because their parents didn't believe in them or something like that. It's not uncommon, okay? One thing that has helped me a little bit, a lot actually, in believing in myself more, although I must admit my parents do believe in me. Okay, so there we go. I have a privilege. I have an advantage. I don't have parents who constantly say, you can't do this, you can't do that. They pretty much believe in me. And so I'm lucky. However, there are times when life beats you down, when your expectations don't go as you thought it would, and you be like, what the fuck? Right? So you still need a mechanism to help you pass those things. Let me just read your chat real quick. Some people may need experience instead of words. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm one of those people, actually. My parents gave me so much advice. I ignored all of them completely. And then I just took on the experience myself. But that's fine. I mean, life is to be experienced, guys. Not the greatest gorgeous, but the worst. Sometimes being normal is fine. Being better than yourself. Sometimes two wrongs will make it have to be wrong. And know how to avoid it and do it right. Yep. So, in terms of believing in myself more, I think one of the crucial things is to do things you say you're gonna do. It's one of those like heroic things, you know, in those movies. It's like, I will keep my word or whatever. It's not just about honor or like ego or whatever. It's also about giving yourself somebody to trust, right? So I sometimes tell myself when I was living alone, it's like, I don't care what happens, I'm gonna be here for you. I tell that to myself. It sounds coping, it works. Because what that means is, when I go into exam times, for example, I'm going to feed myself well. I'm going to take the time out to cook, to clean the room, to make myself feel better. When I study, after I do one paragraph or one sentence, I'm going to give myself that reward because I said I would. Right? And if your parents are not there to parent you, or they did a bad job or whatever, you're going to have to do it yourself, I guess, by feeding yourself good feedback, by giving yourself the framework that you can build yourself on. So you could be like, that's good, you tried your best, now let's do this. Sometimes you got to be that parental voice in your head, even though your parents didn't do that for you. It's fine. A lot of people have to do that. You're not alone in this. And the thing you said about like, I'm doing the wrong thing, again, I think it's very crucial to know of the principles, guys. Life could be 1,000 colors, but as long as it's a color, that's fine. What I mean by this is, as long as it doesn't hurt you, it doesn't hurt other people, it's fine. And that might require some thinking. Sometimes you're like, oh, that doesn't hurt me. I mean, smoking, I probably won't die of cancer. It doesn't really matter to other people. Like, think a bit more, right? But if you have done all the math and you realize, hey, this thing doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of options. Then don't stress yourself over it. You never know. You can never know. Seriously, like, unless you're an all-seeing God, which you're not, you won't ever know if the result of A is going to be B. Ever. It's like that story. It's like that story of the guy that lost his horse, but his horse came back with another horse, or like his son broke his leg. His neighbor said, oh my God, poor you. He said, I don't know about that. And then because his son's leg was broken, he doesn't get called into battle. So, you never know the result of an option. Unless it's like, if I inject cocaine, am I gonna get addicted? I don't know. No, you should know. That you should know. You know what I mean? It's just, do what you say you're gonna do. It has to be built up. You have to, like, trust isn't just, like, it is given in a sense, but it also has to be earned. If you want to respect yourself, if you want to trust yourself, you want to believe in yourself, you got to earn it. And how do you earn that? You do exactly what you say you're going to do. Sometimes you slip up. Sometimes you're like, tomorrow I'm going to gym, but you don't. So do something else, right? Do something else that you say you're going to do. Life, you got to be flexible. You can't just be rigid. You can't be like, oh my God, one time I didn't work out. Now I'm going to hate myself and I don't trust myself. Like, anyway. Next post directly relates to working out. Amazing. Recently, I started working out a week ago, roughly 45 minutes, 1 hour and a half a day, nonstop muscle contractions. At this point, you're probably wondering why I want to change. I recently fell into a bad state of depression. I was at my lowest, at the brink of killing myself. I almost failed at college, got yelled by my parents, and never going to talk to them because in my head they think I'm a failure. My friends are no longer with me, no one to support me. At the point, I said screw it and started my weightlifting journey. Amazing. And now I feel great and I start building muscle and I was able to lift 60 kilograms and hopefully my routine progresses. I'll be able to achieve something I never thought I could get. My college life is stable now and hopefully it will stay that way. Hang out with friends more, life become hard, but man, that workout definitely saved me. At this point, I need to ask a question for a good friend of mine. What is the best thing to do in these situations? I solve it myself, but others can't. If they're in the same foot as me, what can they do? Well, they can do smaller things. A very specific way. I mean, they're proud of it, and I think they've earned the right to be proud of it. I think they can do smaller things. Look, it depends. Like, you obviously went through this very big transformation, but in a sense, see, I think I relate to you because we do this thing where we fall down to a really big breakdown kind of shit and then we rise back up like 10 times, right? Like really dramatic. Other people don't. Other people have to take it step by step, and that is fine. If you really find it hard to just even like open your eyes, then, you know, sitting up in bed is already a step forward. And then getting out of bed is a step forward. And treating yourself right, like making a meal for yourself, is a step forward. It is important to be able to train yourself to reward and to compliment yourself. That's something that you gotta train yourself. Dude, we're Asians. Our parents don't compliment everything we do, right? Let's just keep it real. So yeah, that's something you have to train. Every time you do something right, pat yourself in the back, in the head, and you're not gonna become spoiled if you compliment yourself. Okay, relax. And if they're in the same situation as you, I would say, yeah, just it depends. It depends. The more I think about it, it depends. Some people actually find it like a life-saving path to focus on other people instead of themselves. Like when their life is so fucking miserable, they project it outwards and they actually help others. And then by helping others, they feel better. But most of the time, it's the basics. The basics being, are you healthy? Okay. Are you in good relationships? Are you employed? It's the basics. If you have all the basics down and you still feel like you want to kill them yourself, then it's another issue, right? Then maybe it's a more philosophical issue. Maybe it's a childhood issue, something. But mainly it's the basics. Because it doesn't matter who you are, but if your health is fucked, it's probably hard to feel good. If your health is okay, but all your relationships suck ass, probably hard to feel good. And I know it's difficult to balance all these things and to get all these things in order. Sometimes we literally can't. But it's good to try your best. And it's good for like this guy's friend because they have friends like him. Friends who care about you getting better. Friends who become examples that somebody can get better. Just the fact that they see you do this transformation is motivation for them. Which is why, what my mom said, she said, you better yourself, you're going to better the lives of other people. Just by bettering yourself. At this point, I think I should work out. Yeah, Oni-chan. Anyway, just by living your life well, being good, treating yourself good, treating others good, but as in like just being good yourself is enough good for other people because you provide an example to imitate. And when you're a good person, as in like you're healthy, you are proper in all things, you don't cause damage to other people. And sometimes the world can be better if there's less damage caused. We don't even need to do better things. We just have to stop doing the bad things, right? So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing amazing. You're lifting weight. You're working out, hanging out. Amazing. And when you help your friends, like I said in a couple questions back, be honest, be gentle, be patient. And they will have to save themselves. Okay. Last question. Oh, I'm so tired. But it's been a long time. I really wanted to talk to you guys. And all these questions seems to be very deep. And we have to address them. How do I socialize with people? I feel like I'm becoming worse at expressing emotions in general. That's barely any details you've given me to work with here. How do you socialize with people? Dude, in what context? Let me see. It depends. It depends what issue you have. Do you struggle with, let's say, finding topics to talk about? If you struggle with finding topics to talk about, it's probably best to start with an assumption, and then go from there. What I mean by that is you approach somebody, and then let's say they are super well dressed, and you're in uni together, and you can just go, hey, are you in like a fashion major or, design major or something? Most of the time they'll take that as a compliment, right? And they'll be like, what? No, I'm not. And then you go, oh, wait. Oh, sorry, I just, sorry outfit. I thought you were a designer. And they're going to be, oh, thank you so much. Nobody's going to be like, oh, okay. If they are like that, then fuck them. Like, who cares? You don't have to socialize with them. But, then from then on, you can go ahead and, so what is your major? Oh, I study in marketing. Oh, really? Why? And just ask questions. Ask a lot of questions and ask about things that they're interested in. Don't be going in and be like, hey, I'm John. I do engineering because I like this about engineering. Because, it's like I can't really approach someone that I want to. I struggle maintaining friendships. Okay. You can't approach someone you want to. If you're afraid, just think like this. You're gonna die anyway. They're gonna die anyway. Nobody's gonna remember your conversations. Clearly, life is amazing because nobody keeps the history, the browser history, right? As in, like, the chat history of life, unless you're like a CIA professional, it's not gonna be recorded. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about, dude, like, some people approached me and they were so fucking awkward. But that's all I remember. I don't remember their names. I don't remember their faces. I just remember that sometime in my lifetime there was some awkward interactions. But I never remember them. And I had so many awkward interactions with other people, but I bet they don't give a fuck about me. Right? Because if it was so awkward that you will not have a relationship with them, you will be so insignificant to them that they won't remember you. But if it went well, you will be so, like, such good friends with them that awkwardness doesn't fucking matter anymore. Either way, you win. Right? You only lose if you think that they give a fuck about your awkward situation, which they don't. Trust me, they don't. And people are just awkward in general, okay? And a lot of the times I look super cold in real life. I look like a bitch, like, got that resting bitch face. And people might think, oh my god, she's so scary, I shouldn't approach her. Once they approach me, however, they're gonna realize that I'm just waiting to be approached. I'm just chilling here, but if anybody comes over, I'm gonna be super warm. And they always seem to be surprised, like, what the fuck, I thought you were gonna be a bitch. You assume a lot of things about other people, right? You assume it's difficult to approach them. You assume that you're lame. You assume all these things. But I don't really have people in my life. Just feel weird saying something in one space. Well then, yeah, I guess it's time to touch grass. You probably go to school or something, or to work or whatever. There's gonna be people that you have to talk to. If I didn't know who you are and approach you, I would say, as I said, I'm scared of women. I think of it like this. It's like a gotcha. It's like a box of chocolates. You come up to somebody, there's gonna be a million ways that they could react. And sometimes I get so fucking reckless and I just feel like I want to troll. And I just go up to people. And this is crazy because it's sort of like this feeling of trying to test the boundaries of life. Because my boundaries would be like, I only talk to people that I think I'm gonna get along with, that, you know, I think I'm gonna like, that I whatever. Sometimes I like to troll myself. What I mean by that is I would feel really scared. Like, I would literally, like, shake a little bit and not want to talk to this person next to me. But I'm gonna throw myself into a situation I don't want to be in by saying, hey, by the way, or hey, I really like your outfit. Just by opening my mouth to form those words, I fucked myself in the ass. Because I didn't want that situation to happen. I didn't want to be awkward. I didn't want to keep this conversation. I didn't want to... But since I've already said it, well, fuck, I might as well go along with it. And what ends up happening is a lot of times I surprise myself with being like, oh shit, turns out this person is not that bad. Oh, turns out I can appear confident enough or brave enough to do that. And turns out, if I want to do something, I could. And so the more times you do those random things, the more reckless you become, I guess, in those things, and the more YOLO you become, and you just stop taking life too seriously. You just do whatever the fuck you want. Just, like, approach people you want. Obviously not in a creepy way, but you know, people, strangers are friends to be, okay? If they don't match you, that's fine, but you never know, one of these random people that you approach might become your friend. As a guy can see, if I do such things, people think I'm a creep. Well, yeah, if you want tips specifically on how to approach people, well, it also depends on your experience. Sometimes you have to experience it to gather the tips, but as I said multiple times on this channel, you go to somebody, you compliment them, but you just sort of do it in a nonchalant way. You don't go, oh my god, you're so fucking gorgeous, it's like crazy, I'm so hard right now. Like, don't. But you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, hey man, if you're approaching a guy, it's like, hey man, you know, I saw you sitting in the library reading this book. I thought you might be into whatever. Just observe. People like to be seen, okay? If you pay attention to them, if you see something that normally people don't notice about them, they're gonna feel special. They're gonna wanna, you know, talk to you. And if you're curious about them, they're gonna be curious about you. So just put your attention outwards to the person you want to approach instead of thinking about yourself, how lame you are, how boring you are, whatever. Just think about them. Yeah. You have to withdraw and strategize. It's fine to strategize. Dude, it's fine. Like, it's not like everybody can be social butterflies that just spews out natural conversations. Dude, I'm such an introvert, my guy. I was so fucking shy. I still am, honestly. As I said, right? Like, before I talk to somebody, like, I feel a bit shaky and I don't want to do it. But if you do it anyway, that's kind of the point about bravery, right? Is that you're scared, but you do it anyway. If you're not scared and you do it, then, well, okay, you're not brave. You just do it. But because we're scared, we have a chance to be brave. So, what doesn't kill you, make you stronger, go ahead and do it. And hey, if you fail enough times, you'll know what not to do. Just don't stop doing it altogether because you fail. But yeah, anyway, that's it. That's all I have for today. As I said, it was going to be a long stream, and it is. It's nearly 3 hours. I wish I could go on for more, but my throat is dead and it's 1 a.m. Shy Hero is snoring. I'm just gonna go ahead and go to sleep. But thank you guys so much for coming here. I think in the next couple of days I might have to reschedule that, but in someday from now, I don't know, we're gonna have that karaoke stream that I have scheduled, but I think I'll have to reschedule it now. I was gonna do it tomorrow. My throat's gonna be fucked now. I cannot do it tomorrow. But anyway, I'll see you then in that stream. But thank you so much for sending your questions, your stories, all of that. I really love doing these deep talk streams with you guys. It's amazing. It's a great way to touch base, update each other with our lives, and help each other out, right? You guys teach me things that I don't know, and I hopefully can share some experience with you guys as well. So, thank you so much. Hope you have a great night/day. Good luck with all your troubles. All shall pass. You'll be fine, okay? We're gonna be here, and by the end of it all, we're gonna laugh at each other and be like, haha, that wasn't so bad, wasn't it? Lamau. You're gonna be fine, okay? Let's keep going. Let's try our best. Give life a chance. Alright? See you guys. Bye-bye. See you next time. Bye-bye.